So, guys, this is my review for Hunter x Hunter, the 1999 original version, episode 35, and my thoughts on it. And with that, let's dive into this review of this episode. Title episode, if I remember, is Killua Punishment Family Meeting. Yeah, I think that is the title. And it was just basically about, Killua being here back at home, being on punishment, but literally being on punishment, right? And, his brother. Being the one that punishes him. He's whipping him. He has him in chains. Even to the point I found it hilarious that Clue had fallen asleep. I can't remember in the 2011 version when he was getting uh, uh, quote unquote disciplined by his brother, that was the case where he fell asleep during the punishment. But I found that very hilarious as well. But again, the opening where they ended off, how they ended off at the end of episode 34, where Canary got hit um, by Kaluuya's mother from afar, and then she shows up, and they have the conversation, telling them about, telling Gon and them about how Kaluuya had this message, and of course they uh, use Kaluuya's own own verbiage to specify. They say, hey, like, maybe, and that's the thing, maybe he did indeed say, uh, you know, Gon, thanks for coming, blah blah blah. But I can't be friends anymore. This, that, and the third. You just got to leave, never come back. This, that, and the third. Because just based upon, again, trying to remember from the 2011 version compared to the original. Once we get to his conversation with his father, I would believe that him relaying that message to his mother, uh, more than likely indeed did come from him. But at the same time, his mom is definitely one who was trying to stop him from leaving. Grandpa uh, Zeno, he was definitely one who was lenient. The brother didn't like the fact that he was lenient. So the different dynamics in this family and how they are assassins and how they think and process is still such a really cool dynamic. Comparing each uh, each character to one another, it's just very interesting to see that they are all individuals in the midst of them being a collective, an assassin collective of that. And how their father, the current heir, is guiding the family in a specific direction. Uh, but again, I like the fact that Kalua could confide in his father even in these moments here while being at home. But in the midst of all of that, again, we do see Kalua when he has a sit down with his father and his dad. I like the fact that his dad doesn't scold him, because I was trying to remember per the 2011 version, like, didn't his dad let him leave? But there was like a reason behind him leaving, and we find that out towards the end of the episode. But I definitely like the fact that his dad actually said it. He was like, we haven't sat down as a father and son, because my father just all about the family business, all about being an assassin. We never had that specific bond, and I basically did the same with you, passing that same type of excuse me, that same type of coldness as a father towards you as my son. I passed that down from a past generation. And it's just strange that it's interesting. It's not strange, but it's interesting that he says that, and we see a different side to his grandfather, because Grandpa Zeno is technically uh, uh, Kalua's dad's dad, and it's just like Grandpa Zeno doesn't seem to have that mindset um, uh, currently at his age. It's like, I feel like how Kalua is acting and responding is how he more than likely got that from Grandpa Zeno. You know, just maybe Grandpa saw some things out in the world that changed his mindset. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry, I had to clear my throat. But yeah, just very interesting stuff. Like I said, I just feel like what, maybe Grandpa went out there in the world, experienced some stuff, came back, and life changed him, and he was basically, uh, I want to say, maybe possibly having these conversations with Kalua, kind of like telling him, like, you may go out there in the world if you do decide to leave, you may go out in the world, and something may change you. And of course, Gon is the only person, the only thing that changed his perspective on life. And we see that in this conversation between him and his father, where he's just saying like, you know, the assignments, the missions and stuff, this suited me. Of course, I know basically more than likely hinting at like I know that you want me to be the heir, and it will more than likely suit me to be the heir. But this one specific person changed me, and just help me not focus on the family business. Just help me not focus on being a kid. And that that's what I believe his father realized, is that Kahlua just he wants him to go out here in the world and live his life how he wants to. But even though him giving him the blessing to actually leave again, there is that catch of him saying with the family around, and then saying that it's still in Kahlua's blood. excuse me, still in Kahlua's blood to be an assassin, to be a Zoldyck, and to always, whether he says it, even if he travels to the end of the world, to come back home. So interesting stuff. Again, this scene, these scenes here in this episode were just really, really good. And as always, guys, I'm loving the old school feel for it, just the old school episodes here, compared to the 2011 version. But I enjoyed this episode, guys. I'm going to go watch and react to episode 36 to come. So definitely head over to that video and let's watch the episode 36 together. And then, as always, be on the lookout for my review for episode 36 just a few hours after the reaction video goes up on the channel. But leave some comments in the comment section below, guys. What did you all think of episode 35 when you first sat down and watched it for the first time? Let's talk about some things. Apologize for my voice, just because, it sucks. But let's talk about some things, guys, and I'll hopefully talk to you all with more 1999 original version Hunter x Hunter videos. Peace, guys.